my audience. Okay. I'm Alexis Fernandez, but am I really? I could be lying to you. I could be wearing a filter, or I could be a deepfake of the real Alexis. You have no idea who I am or what to believe. And that same logic applies to our world. That skepticism is rooted in the product AI sells to us, which is fake perfection. While it comes in a pretty package, its byproduct is a dystopic, robotic, and soulless planet. A journalist at Legal Services India writes, from fostering discrimination to engaging in intrusive surveillance, AI has proven to be a threat to equal protection, economic rights, and fundamental liberties. We must instill laws against certain AI behavior to combat the multitude of societal damages it has caused, such as transhumanism, social media filters that are actually being linked to FRT, which is really concerning in and of itself, and deepfakes. Now, one of the most concerning effects of AI behavior that requires legal intervention is the transhumanism situation. PBS.org says granting human rights to a computer would degrade human dignity. For instance, when Saudi Arabia granted citizenship to a robot called Sophia, human women objected, noting that the robot was literally given more rights than many Saudi women have. Now, this shows the bias between real women and fake women. If continued, it will promote transhumanism in hopes that real women can be equal to robot women. Transhumanism also challenges the traditional notion of being human. Nick Bostrom writes, underlying this idea of equality of rights is the belief that we all possess a human essence that dwarfs manifest differences in skin color, beauty, and intelligence. And this essence and the view that individuals therefore have inherent value is at the heart of political libertarianism. However, by modifying that essence, it's the core of the transhumanist project. Now, transhumanism also goes against God's will. Genesis 1:27 says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created man, male and female. Now, nowhere in that verse did he mention cyborgs. We were meant to be individuals. We're meant to have our own viewpoints, and we weren't supposed to be robots. We were supposed to have free will. Now, to go against that would hurt humanity. And as we continue to push the boundaries of technology, the dangers of misuse of facial recognition technology, aka FRT, become more apparent, specifically in social media filters. Now, social media filters have been linked to invasive FRT. They also damage mental health, and Genevieve Rivas, a journalist from InStyle, writes that there's a direct link between social media filters and lower self-esteem. People begin to expect themselves to look like their filtered self and can become obsessed with achieving that in the real world, which leaves them depressed. Now, this shows how dangerous social media filters actually are. They make us unsatisfied with the way God designed us. Social media filters have also been linked to FRT. 8 Million Stories reports that apps and filters have proven to have the potential to store our data and use this to harvest facial recognition databases. Now, we have seen our privacy not only online, but also in day-to-day life being corrupted and stored by private companies and governments. Our data is being stored without our consent. And FRT has become invasive even beyond that point. The Comparitech website says 5 countries, China, Russia, Japan, Argentina, and Belarus, have invasive police use of FRT. The AARP website says facial recognition is an invasive invasion of our privacy, potentially inaccurate and racially biased. It may even result in wrongful arrests. Now, unlike social security number or a credit card number, you can literally never change your face, she says. Now, once we are all in this face recognition database, then it becomes possible to attach those databases to camera networks that are literally in our society and can identify people as they walk through society, like the mall, the store, whatever. And this goes to show how serious of an issue FRT actually is. Now, we know that this is happening in real time because 8 Million Story also says after 9/11, it was claimed that the US government conducted data collection on literally every single US citizen to track their life without a warrant. You see, it's bizarre to me that something seeming so illegal is actually happening to the American people by their own government. It's crazy. And as social media filters continue to advance in their use of FRT, the risks associated with deepfakes are becoming more prominent. Deepfakes are a concerning technology that can be used to exacerbate social division, spread misinformation, and discredit genuine video evidence. The Forbes website says that in 2 recent incidents, politicians in Malaysia and Brazil have sought to evade the consequences of compromising video footage by claiming that the videos were deepfakes. Now, here's the case. In both cases, no one has been able to definitely establish otherwise, with public opinion remaining divided. Now, clearly, deepfakes are exacerbating social division. And in the case of politics, this is beyond concerning. And the Forbes website says that deepfakes are distorting demographic discourse, manipulating elections, eroding trust in institutions, weakening journalism, exacerbating social divisions, undermining public safety, and inflicting harm to repair damage on the reputation of prominent individuals, including elected officials and candidates for office. Clearly, deepfakes spread misinformation. And Forbes also writes that people are already using the fact that deepfakes exist to discredit genuine video evidence, says USC professor Heo Lee. Now, even though there's footage of you doing or saying whatever, you can say it was a deepfake, and it is beyond hard proof otherwise. Clearly, deepfakes discredit genuine video evidence. To conclude, we must instill laws against certain AI behaviors to combat the multitude of societal damages it has caused, such as transhumanism, social media filters that are being linked to FRT, and deepfakes. It is only through responsible ethical development that we can reap the benefits of AI while avoiding the pitfalls that threaten to undermine our society and values. Thank you.
You have such a good public